you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't paint your nails. And I said, why is that, Linda? And she said, well, it's an essential part of being a woman, isn't it, wearing makeup? I said, I'm sorry, do you think your husband Kevin's going to see this, get confused and try and fuck me? Is that the issue? Now, guys, I want to tell you about a little project I've been working on for the last year. And there's no nice way of saying this, there's no easy way of saying this. I'm just going to have to rip the plaster off. For the last year, just under a year, I have been trying to destroy the career of Tom Daley. There's no easy way of saying it, I've said it. It's gone, it's out there now, I've said it. I should caveat all of this by saying I think Tom Daley's amazing in lots of ways. He's an Olympic diver, I'm sure you're aware of Tom Daley. He's gay. I think he was pushed into coming out as gay before he was necessarily ready. There was a lot of fuss about it from the gay press, and he's been a brilliant gay rights advocate in lots of ways. You might have seen that him and his husband Lance Black announced a few months ago that they're having a baby together. Shouldn't be a brave thing to do in this day and age, but it was. He got a lot of nastiness, and he's been serene throughout the whole thing, so I do think he's brilliant. However, I now want to slag him off. So, Tom Daley irked me last summer for two reasons, two Instagram posts, and I'll show them to you now. This is the first one. This is him at Gay Pride. Love the way that he's extending his arm out there to show the parade march there. Love the look of a smile on his face. Beautiful framing there. Before I go into too much detail about this, what's going on with the hand? Where is the other finger? I've looked at it loads. I don't know if it's a lighting thing, whether it was edited out. I don't know how that happens. I've got no issue with any of that, really, apart from the weird finger. I've got no issue with this other post. Beautifully framed again. His skin looks radiant in that little triangle. Marvellous. Brave to wear a tank top, but he seems to manage it. I think it's wonderful. It's a lovely... I've got no issue with any of this. I think it's all brilliant. I have no issue with any of this as well. Happy Pride, everyone. It's been so awesome to take part in my first ever Pride. He'd not been before. But let's not forget why we have this day and how much more we have to fight for in many other social justice movements around the world. No issue with any of that. Brilliant that he went to Pride. I think we all should at some point in our lives. It's good fun, if nothing else. My issue with both of these posts is not what's in them, it's what's underneath them, and that is this. At Barclays UK, #ad. That means that Tom Daley was sponsored by Barclays to go to Pride. And I don't have a problem with Tom Daley being sponsored to do lots of things. I understand when you're an athlete, you've got to make your money while you can. You're not monetizable forever. You might break your leg. Totally get being sponsored. But to be sponsored to go to Pride, which is a political event, it made me uncomfortable. It's sort of like going Black Lives Matter with Tesco. It made me uncomfortable. And I didn't want to make a big deal of this. I thought it's an error in judgment in some ways. Didn't want to make a big fuss about it. All I thought I'd do is a bit of light trolling of Tom Daley. That's all I thought I'd do. So what I did is I went onto this very post and I commented on it with hashtags of rival banks. That's all I did. Hashtag NatWest, hashtag Santander, hashtag HSBC. And for some reason, dozens of other people started doing it as well. Hashtag Northern Rock, a nice nostalgic one. Vietcombank, an international one. Dozens of people did this, and I know that celebrities get paid loads for this. Barclays will have had a PR team all over it. I should mention that I've trolled Tom Daley in a lot lighter way about 3 years ago. He posted to his Twitter a little post basically saying, just take the image below, personalise it. Just wanted you to customise an image in your own way. That's all he wanted you to do. Of course, I put him in a smack den. Who wouldn't in my position? Open bloody goal, Tom. So that was it, really, as far as I was concerned. I've done my post, other people have commented, point made. I felt an error in judgment, that was it. Next day, I get a phone call. It's from a friend of mine who's a photographer. He's photographed the Olympic diving team on a few occasions, and he's also photographed me. And he said, Joe, you need to go on Ross Haslam's Instagram. Now, I didn't know who Ross Haslam was at the time. He is another British diver who went to Budapest the day after Pride with Tom Daley for a competition. And he posted a video. The video you don't necessarily need to see. I will show it to you. It's a panoramic of Budapest. It's done weirdly. It's a portrait thing, but he's done it on landscape, which I don't understand. Also, the sound in the background's not great, so I will play it to you twice. But you can hear in the background Tom Daley's voice, and I just want you to listen out for it. Have a listen to this clearly now.
Of the whole the lighting situation.
Now, he might be saying the lighting situation, but I think Tom Daley says the Lycett situation. Have another listen just to double check.
Of the whole the lighting situation.
Does that sound like Lycett to you? I'm a situation. Not sure who he's talking to in that clip, presumably the assassin he's got to take me out. I like the Lycett situation. I'm going to write a book, The Lycett Situation. There's the cover. this has got out of hand. I'm a situation all of a sudden. I didn't want to be a situation. I just was a bit of light trolling and suddenly I'm a situation. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, actually, in this regard, I do want to be a situation because I care about this shit. And I'll explain why. Pride is an LGBTQ plus event. There's a lot of letters there. And often Pride and its sponsors only focus on the G, often gay men with six-packs. But there's a lot of other letters there that deserve our attention. For example, T for trans. I got a lot of trans friends at the minute who feel really attacked, feel really unsafe. They feel really attacked by the right-wing press. They feel more attacked by my mum's friend Linda. She's the sort of person who says, a woman's place is in the home, and then spends 90% of her time in all bar one. She's a basic bitch. And she said to me once, she said, trans people are unnatural, whilst eating a punnet of seedless grapes, the irony of which did not pass me by. She had a go at me for painting my nails. I paint my nails now. I do it for two reasons. One, I like the colour. Also, I bite my fingernails because they're delicious. And when I paint them, it stops you from biting them. It's the only thing that seems to have worked. And she said, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't paint your nails. And I said, why is that, Linda? And she said, well, it's an essential part of being a woman, isn't it, wearing makeup? I'm sorry, do you think your husband Kevin's going to see this, get confused and try and fuck me? Is that the issue? Extraordinary, a little change like that, the amount of comments you got. Of course I expected some, but not as many as I got. I also wear this coat in the winter months. Oh, I mean, I want to fuck myself right now. That is, thank you. Yes, it's a faux fur. It's a faux fur. I'm aware it's a ridiculous thing to put on, but I didn't expect the amount of comments. I expected some. My favourite was in Liverpool. I had just done a gig at the Slaughterhouse Comedy Club, which is a brilliant comedy club in Liverpool. I was walking back to the hotel. A group of lads walked past me, and one of them went, "Hey, mate, Pat Butcher called. She wants her coat back." And I'm a comedian. I deal with hecklers all of the time, so I went back with a really witty response. I went, shut up, stupid prick. I was so pleased with it, so smart, so in the moment. Well done, Joe. I think what Linda and what a lot of people get confused about with trans people is the difference between sex and gender. Sex is your XX, XY chromosome. That's what you're born with, not lots you can do about it. Gender is what's put on top by society and culture. All of the things that we take for granted. Things like women wear skirts and men ride horses and punch dogs. All of the things that we take for granted. And I understand that women get the thick end of this wedge. The narrow criteria in which women are expected to dress and behave is very restrictive. This is made clear to me in a WhatsApp group of lads that I'm in which this was posted recently. This is Build a Babe. You have to construct a woman out of these four categories. The face, the boobs, the butt, the legs. No, the personality or how much she reminds you of mother. None of that. This was debated more than most wars. They went with the girl second in, I think, the two girls on the far right for the boobs and bum, and then the girl second in on the legs. I did a bit of photoshopping. Yeah, she's pretty fit. I mean, not my type. I'd change one thing and I'd be happy, but each to their own. Each to their own. It's quite daunting, that size. So, it's LGBTQ+, if you're interested. That's lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, and then the plus is for all of the other letters, and there can be as many letters as there are people in the world. Some of the more popular ones are asexual, gender fluid. That's where you don't see your gender as a fixed thing. It can be different things at different times. I was explaining that to Peter on one occasion. He was like, yeah, I know what gender fluid is, but the name gender fluid, you can imagine what it smells like. Fair enough. Gosh, I had a heavy night. Covered in gender fluid in the morning, I was. Amanda Holden, fundamental knobhead. I just don't like it. Don't encourage me, because I'm sure she's lovely. I think she's despicable. I've done that at different tour shows, and I do different things. We did gay landmarks in Salford when I did a show in Salford, and people did things like Anal of the North, that kind of thing. Somebody tweeted in, ouch fists. So wrong it goes out the other side, that, doesn't it? Completely unacceptable. Let's move on. I want to talk to you today about Birmingham. So yes, I'm from... are you from Birmingham? Oh, which part of Birmingham are you from?
Tamworth.
Not Birmingham at all. Tamworth. Okay, lovely. Are you from Birmingham as well? Where are you from?
Great Bar.
Great Bar. Oh, lovely, smashing. I'm from Hall Green. Do you know it?
Very well.
Very well. Not that well. You're not outside my house. Because there's a Waitrose in Hall Green. That's the thing. We get the idea of the sort of quality of. I was outside the Waitrose. You don't have a Waitrose in Great Bar, do you?
Not that I'm aware.
No, you don't have roads in Great Bar. You just sort of wander around vomiting on one another, don't you? Yes, I was outside the Waitrose in Hall Green the other day. I saw a squirrel eating a croissant. That was too much for me. Oh, and there was a woman on her telephone the one day. She was speaking so loudly, and she went, "No, it's Colin apostrophe S because it's the racist opinion belonging to Colin." Colin sounds like a hoot, doesn't he? We've got an Aldi now. That's what we've got as well. That's caused upset with the locals. I like it because it's the only place you can buy a pint of milk and a wheelbarrow wheel in the same shop. It's a great thrill. But yes, I live in Hall Green with my mother and father, Dave and Helen, great couple of lads. All right. And this is my lad knee, by the way. Watchie! I don't know if there are any mothers in or if anyone's had a mother, but my mother, a great worrier, my mother. She's got worse as she's got older as well. She bought me a first aid kit for the car. I do mainly motorway driving. Not sure how useful a first aid kit's going to come in a smash on the M6. I'm going to ring 999 and go, well, my condition is my legs are crushed to bits and I've got a bit of metal sticking out of my abdomen and according to this thermometer, a slightly higher than normal temperature. No, don't send the fire brigade to cut me out. I've got these tiny little scissors. She's also on social media as well. She searches my name to see what I'm up to when I'm away from home. She's not going to be pleased with Tracy's beaver, I can tell you that for a fact. She started replying to my tweets, and I try like jokes and one-liners on Twitter. I did one as an example. It was, did you know it takes 36 muscles to smile, but only one muscular guy in the gym to give me a boner? It's a silly throwaway joke, nothing to worry about. She replied, no, I didn't know that. Thanks, son. Got her back, though, because Wimbledon was on, so I did a Wimbledon joke. It was, why, when women play tennis, do they sound like they're having an orgasm? And why does my mother play tennis in the bathroom? She was livid! 120 retweets. Spin on that, Helen. It's a good day. So yes, live in Birmingham. Birmingham was described recently on Fox News, the reputable news source that is Fox News, as 100% Muslim. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam is what you say back. Don't worry, we'll work it out. It's interesting that, because I was in the Middle East when that news came out. I was doing shows. I was in Abu Dhabi, Doha, and Dubai. Friends of mine told me not to go to the Middle East because they said that they don't like, and I quote, my lot, is what they said. Not sure what they mean by my lot, presumably fly fishers. They jail homosexuals in those countries. Not sure of the logic of that one, really. Oh, you like men? We'll put you in a box with some. Not a punishment. Come on, try harder, lads. I thought that they stoned gays to death out there, but it's just that gays can't catch. Structurally, a very good joke, that, but it's on the edge. I agree. Now, 100% Muslim. They said 100% Muslim. There's a sort of truth in it. There's a lot of Muslims in Birmingham, a lot of all cultures there. We're known for being multicultural, quite good at it, really. Our next-door neighbour's a Muslim. Saj, he's a lovely guy. Loves a fucking power tool on a Sunday, but he's a lovely guy. Shut up, Saj! One of the most famous Muslims in Birmingham is Malala Yousafzai. I don't know if people are familiar with her. If you don't, she's brilliant. She's an 18-year-old schoolgirl who was shot at by the Taliban for wanting to be educated. She now goes to Edgbaston High School for Girls. It's a private school. I don't think she pays the fees. I personally would hate to go to school with Malala Yousafzai. Can you imagine show and tell day with Malala, where they're like, OK, class, what have you brought in? Sally, let's start with you. And Sally goes, I've brought in this papier-mâché cat. And I'm like, OK, anyone else bring anything? Malala, did you bring anything in? This Nobel Peace Prize. Sally, you're a piece of shit. I'd hate to be a teacher as well. You want me to tell Malala off for anything? What are you doing on your phone, Malala? Texting Barack Obama, actually, so... Oh, sorry. Sally, you're a piece of shit. Poor Sally, just made her up. No, I was annoyed about that. I was annoyed when that news came out. I'm annoyed with Donald Trump as well. Little side project I've got going on. I'm trying to book Syrian refugees into Donald Trump's hotels. What's going on? It's going okay. I was annoyed when Fox News said that we're 100% Muslim, because there's a subtext to that. When they say we're 100% Muslim, what they're saying there is that we should be worried about that. There's something terrifying, frightening about Muslims. I think we've got a problem. I think we're using the word Muslim far too quickly to describe people doing atrocities when they don't represent Muslims any more than I do. And I think we should be using a more accurate word for those people, which I'm going to argue is knobhead. There'd be levels of knobhead. You'd have a moderate knobhead, all the way up to fundamental knobhead. And if we all did it, the news would have to catch up. They'd have to go, today, 2 knobheads bombed a car. They'd have to do it if we all did it. And it wouldn't necessarily be to do with just terrorist activity. Any knobheady activity would get the knobhead word. I've thought of some. People that wear a festival wristband after a festival. I went to Reading. It's November, you're an accoster, you're a knobhead. Couples that put a lock on a bridge, you're both knobheads. Sorry, hate that, hate it. Sanctimonious mothers, I've got to be careful here. I don't mean all mothers, just a lot of my friends are having children at the minute, and it's the sort of mothers that go, don't tell me how to raise my kids. And you're like, okay, but she is trying to eat a petit filou with an electric razor, so... You're a bit of a knobhead, aren't you? Ever so slightly. Amanda Holden, fundamental knobhead. I just don't like it. Don't encourage me, because I'm sure she's lovely. I think she's despicable. She did to our Les. Still holding on to that after 10 years. Oh, lovely bit of tequila.
I wanted to write to you all to thank you for an amazing Queen's Heath Pride. I'd also like to let you in on a little secret. I love fucking pussy. I didn't say that. Very sleepless night that night. Wasn't sure if I was in deep shit. Wasn't sure if I was going to get arrested. I didn't even know if anyone was going to show up. And then I woke up on the morning of the 26th of September last year, and this happened.
This is the Queen's Heath Pride.
Gay everywhere, gay everywhere.
Absolutely buzzing.
People showed up. The most amazing day. Most amazing day in my whole life. There were roller skating performers, there were costumes. Someone made this ridiculous costume. I'm hoping Alan Sugar's in there. The unicorn went up and didn't suffocate a child. They all loved it. Local businesses did big displays. This is Enki, it's a toy shop and bookshop, and they did this big pride display in their window. If you look at the book at the end there, it's Daddy, Papa and me from the No Outside. Isn't that lovely? They also did A is for Anal in there. It was so nice. Isn't that lovely of them to do that? Lots of the businesses changed their names for the day. There's a tap house called The Duke, and it became The Duchess for the day. Our local wine bar, Grace and James, became Will and Grace and James. Kitchen Garden Cafe was a Kitchen Gaga Cafe. Fletcher's was Shares. I felt like they should have gone with Felchers myself, but each to their own, each to their own. Polly was Rue Polly Drag Race. There was one business that didn't change its name, but I wasn't cross because they're called Jism. So it's Turkish for mystery if you're interested. So many lovely comments from the day, this sort of thing. It was bloody brilliant. After a year, myself and my partner were victims of a homophobic attack in the area. It's good to see the community standing together for inclusivity. Thanks, and hope it's repeated. And the Birmingham Mail say Kings Heath could hold a Queen's Heath Pride Parade every year. Guess what? We're going to fucking do that. Adam Regan, who runs the Hare and Hounds, was quoted in this article as saying, "Nobody's expecting that amount of people on the day, so the police have asked for a meeting next time." Dodge that bullet! Thank you so much for coming to this very special show. I'm thrilled to have you all here in this beautiful venue, which I used to sell ice creams in, and I'm really, it's a very special place to me, so I love being here. I'm going to tell you one final thing before I fuck off. But what I will say is, by all means, tell people about the show and say, oh, gosh, James Acaster was very funny, or something, whatever you want to do. But just don't tell them what was in it, if you don't mind, because we're sort of in this little club now of people that know what happened in Kings Heath, because lots of people in Kings Heath don't know what happened in Kings Heath. Lots of them do now, because I knew I was going to film this show, and I knew I was going to do it on tour, and I didn't want the people that had helped to find out secondhand and feel like I'd cheated them or lied to them in some way, because I'd absolutely lied to them. So just before the tour started, on Valentine's Day, I booked out the top room in the Hare and Hounds, about 100-seater, and I got as many of the people in as I could that had helped without even realising. People who'd done displays in their windows and tweeted about it and performed, all these different people. And we did I did a version of this show to them. I told them everything that I'd done. And we did a photo afterwards. Here we all are. There's Adam Regan there who runs the pub, and the people from Polly and Grace and James. And there's lots of them in the room tonight as well. I've seen people that Richard who posted, and lots of people, and Fat Butcher and Alana, and lots of people in this room that had helped out. My mum and dad also came, and in the one photo we took after 4 years' work, my mum completely obscures my face, which is nice. Helen Lycett fighting homophobia there. Thankfully, Precision Imaging were also there, so they fixed it for me, so that's good. But truthfully, I was very moved by the whole thing. I thought it was beautiful how my community had come out in that way. And as it was on Valentine's Day, and this show is a love letter to those people, I felt like it was appropriate to write them a love letter. And so at the end of that show, I read them this. To the residents of Queen's Heath, my name is Joe Lycett, and I'm a comedian and your neighbour. I wanted to write to you all to thank you for an amazing Queen's Heath Pride. I'd also like to let you in on a little secret. I love fucking pussy. I didn't say that. I love it. I know that by and large, the people of this neighbourhood are immensely inclusive of LGBTQ+ people, and importantly, up for a laugh. A few years ago, against the backdrop of our local MP coming out in support of anti-queer protests outside schools, I hatched a little plan. My goal was to bring this inclusivity and tolerance to the fore, to turn us into a gayborhood. I decided it would be called Queen's Heath. I also wanted to get my house price up, because I wanted to fuck off an estate agent called Greg. Many of you have been liaising with a man called Ken Roberts at the Gayborhood Foundation. You were so kind and helpful to Ken, but it's time for you to know the truth, which is that he was me all along. If I'm entirely honest, I'm amazed none of you clocked it was me. I didn't hide my tracks brilliantly. Full disclosure, I've been shouting about Queen's Heath for years. How did you not spot this? It was me who came up with the name. How did you not spot that the man on the Facebook group is clearly the work of Lisa Scott-Lee? How did none of you see on the list of mediums for my painting of Chris Whitty that one of them was a Queen's sheath? Why did no one ask me what my weird T-shirt was when I handed over the cheque to the Lord Mayor? It's a picture of a boy. That boy is an American footballer called Heath Queen. He looks like he has a gentle soul. Did you not spot the necklace I've been wearing on national television for the last 3 years with the letters Q and H? Did you not see the map I planted in an episode of my Channel 4 show, Joe Lycett's Got Your Back, for a place called Queen's Heath? How did none of you spot when last year I literally said Queen's Heath on the One Show?
But you spoke, Joe, about, how humour has really got you through all of the tricky things that have cropped up in your life, really.
Oh, Queen's Heath, tell me about it. 3 years ago, I did it on Strictly Come Dancing. Shout out to my mum and her friends. Those Queen's Heath, the fact that I'm doing this as the coolest thing I've ever done. Those Queen's Heath, Queen's Heath. How did you not notice on the Gayborhood Foundation website, I'm up there smiling in the window. You didn't spot any of this, because ultimately you didn't need to. You didn't need me to make this march a success, because you already believed that this place can and should be a safe haven for LGBTQ+ people. I gave you the smallest of pushes, and you turned it into something marvellous. To paraphrase my friend, the great Josie Long, you wanted something to exist, so you made it yourself. With pride, Joe Lycett.